everyone, I'm Merlin, and welcome to episode 2 of the Unafy podcast. Thank you for joining us. We have another exciting show for you today, where we'll be discussing the upcoming Lunarcon event. Alongside it, we'll be hearing from one of the leaders of Lunarcon and our special guest for today, Kougaon. But first, a recap of who we are. So who are we? We are Unafy. Our mission statement is a collaborative coalition of the PvP organizations with the focus of enhancing the NA PvP scene. So that means bolstering each other's events in the future, making sure we're not stepping on anybody's toes, and kind of just making sure that we can do making sure we're doing a solid for just everyone in the scene. Unfortunately today, Gary is not unavailable to join us, so joining me alongside for today is Socks.
What's up? It's me, Socks, from PvP Revival, representing PvP Revival. Everybody wish Gary Kettle well wishes to get better. I'm excited for today. This is exciting. I'm excited to learn about Lunarcon and to talk about PvP. Like we
As
always...
I mentioned.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Socks.
I don't even remember what I was saying. So
That's okay. That's all good. I was just gonna make sure that I shouted out all of our alliance members and that is involved in this. That's Argo, CC Madness, Paws and Claws, PV Primal, Revival. You can make sure to find out everything you need to know and find your perfect PvP community by checking out our card at it's Unafy. It's unafy.card.co. Or make sure to check out all of our social links and our recordings of in the future for this is youtube.com/unafyxiv. Actually, Socks, you released a special video for the PvP scene recently. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so we wanted to introduce Rival Wings in a really easy format. So we decided to try and make a video of Rival Wings in 1 minute. So that's basically what this is. So yeah, if you're not familiar with Rival Wings, here it is!
Let's take a minute to look at that.
Hey, this is Socks from Revival on behalf of Unafy, and this is an intro to Rival Wings. Rival Wings is 24 versus 24. Teams fight to push the lanes in to destroy the opposing team's towers and leave their core open to be blown up, winning the game. Gain soaring stacks to power up damage and healing with each kill and assist your alliance gets. Gather Ceruleum or CE by picking it up in the middle or killing mammoths in lane. Think of the robots as heroes and you as the minion. Spend 50 CE to get a robot for your alliance. Here's what each of the robots is for. Objectives will spawn around the map that help with pushing. Prioritize killing robots over players. Be a good minion and do as much damage as you can to push the lanes. Don't worry about being bad. There are no stakes, just have fun finding new jobs to mess around on. Go to unafy.card.co to find your perfect PvP community and group up.
I don't know about you,
Rival Wings.
I feel like doing Rival Wings now after watching them.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem.
Let's go ahead and transition to our Lunarcon side. So I believe this is the second year running. I personally didn't get to attend the Lunarcon last year. Did you, Socks?
No, I heard a lot of people talking about it, but I didn't know that it was an online thing. I thought you had to like attend it in person. So I had.
It does take place on the Crystal Data Center, right?
Yeah, I'm very unfamiliar. That's why I felt like I should be unfamiliar so I could be more informed with this.
I took one little glance at it and I didn't realize the scale of it. It's actually pretty insane. They do have a PvP tournament coming up I think it's relatively soon, and they actually made a trailer for it, so let's take a second to look at that.
And it is once again Viera mating season, which means Voxer. Watch out later. Wait! Hold that thought, Voxer! I just got some exciting news! It seems that Lunarcon is coming back in 2023! We were just handed the dates, and what a date it is! Do you like Halloween? Get your orange outfits ready because Lunarcon is going spooky! If you don't know what Lunarcon is, it's a 3-day in-game convention created by fans for fans. Let's check out some of the previous highlights. Ooh. Killian out of the map. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh wow, that's such a fun art style! let the first panel of Lunarcon begin.
The big cheese.
Yo, we're in the ball pit. Let's go! Wow, isn't that awesome? What do you think about that, Voxer? Yeah, I think so too. So mark your calendars for September 29th to October 1st for the third chapter of Lunarcon. You can find all information on lunarcon.net as well as opportunities for you to take part or volunteer. We can't wait to see you there. That's all from us here at Eorzea Daily. Have a good night.
What the f do you mean by watch out later?
Hey, ta-da!
Oh,
Look
my
who we
God.
have here.
Hello.
Hey, man.
guys.
Well,
Long
that
time
was,
no see, Socks.
dude, that was funny.
That
You're
was
so good
funny?
at the voiceover thing. That was funny.
Yeah,
I made the Rival Wings video. I know how it is to do the voiceover. I know it's hard. So it's you just gotta
hard.
Yeah, because you're just sitting there. It was me and Joe. I was sitting there reading it over and over again, trying to make it funny and enthusiastic. And that sounds so natural. Hey, man,
You could have hit me up. I could have helped you wrote the script to make it funny.
Oh my God, I don't know. I don't
You
want to.
never hit me up.
I know. You're a busy guy. All right,
And sometimes.
All right. All right.
If there's one thing I'm grateful of being someone being involved in Unify, it's definitely Socks. Socks is the man.
I'm the greatest. That's true.
Yeah.
No.
That
No,
trophy,
actually
though.
though, your what's it called? The production on the video you made for the Rebel Wings, and you made a lot of the assets for the stream. It's actually really impressive. I can't do that. So you got something over me. Don't worry.
Get out of here. No. It's fine.
Yeah, but okay, Merlin. I heard you say something about the trophy. Yeah.
Dude, how did you guys arrive to that? Because I'm sure people just completely lost it and immediately signed up.
Oh my gosh. So the trophy thing, that's not really from us. It's actually from a really grateful, trophy maker, I guess. A person who does a lot of arts and crafts. And they were gracious enough to give us the trophies for this year. And they look really nice. I didn't think we were going to go all out with a trophy, but they were like, hey, I can make it for Lunarcon and give it away as for prizes. We're like, for real? And they're like, yeah, and so there we are. We got the trophies, and once again, for everyone who's going to be in the tournament, it's all for free. The person who's also making the trophies is going to do the shipping and everything. You're covered. You're just getting a free trophy if you win the tournament, and it's from Polyglots on Twitter. So yeah, go give them a follow. They make a lot of cool crafts.
Yeah.
Can we go ahead and give them a shout out? Do they have a direct link? Whenever we get the opportunity, we'll definitely link it in the chat because oh my God,
Yeah.
personally,
Yeah, they deserve it.
it's super nice.
What's the chat that I can link this in? I don't know what chat to link this in, but yeah.
I got you.
All right, thank you.
But besides
There we
that,
go.
again, what was the dates for the tournament?
The tournament will be it's actually this Friday. It's going to be Friday and up until the last day, so September 29th to the October 1st. So it's going to be the first day and then second day, I think. I could be totally wrong on that. I don't know. I'm a part of festivities, but I have a lot of details going in my head that I get things mixed up. Yes, it's all of the days, so it's going to be the intro rounds into the finals on the final day, October 1st. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty crazy tournament we got going on here. And then also, I do want to highlight that the person who's going to be on here earlier that isn't on here anymore for the hosting of this podcast, Gary. He was supposed to, hang out with us today, but he didn't want to. He actually helped set up the tournament for this year's Lunarcon. So, honestly, a big shout out to Gary. We love that boy. Or girl, I don't know. I go on. I don't want to chicken. Okay, got you.
Yeah. So that's soon. It's coming up.
Oh yeah, dude! It's been a long time making this year, and also I want to correct you guys. This is the third year of Lunarcon, not the second year. Okay,
I'm sorry. No disrespect. No disrespect.
Was there a channel that I might have missed? Because I did go to see the rest of you guys' YouTube content, and I didn't realize how many panels you guys had looking at it.
Yeah. So first year, little like story. First year was the back in 2021, I believe, right before Endwalker. Lunarcon was made to kind of celebrate the expansion coming up, hence the name Lunarcon because the lunar primals. That was made like within 3 months. Yeah. Second year, we had a lot more time to prep and get things ready. That's why we had panels that year. So that was the big thing of last year: panels and introducing more ways people getting involved. And then, this year is the third year. We had a lot more time to play more things. I wanted to field out more people and get Gary involved. And, this is the best part. Because I got in contact with Gary, I get to meet you guys. I got to meet Socks after, like, commentating with some tournaments. And the best part about LunarCon is, like, bringing the community together. And, like, I wanted to bring the PvP side of it rather than bring, like, a little bit of PvP people to it, Like, we actually got some real strong players. I'll play alongside casual players that don't really play PvP too much. So it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, anything for the growth of the scene. So I'm super excited to see the turnout, and I already know a few friends of mine personally that are going to be involved, and I'm going to make sure to be cheering them on. It's going to be hype.
Yeah, only if you were a part of it, but Marilyn,
gosh.
you weren't following us on Twitter.
Time and place, yeah, time and place.
Okay, yeah, and there's always next year, so who knows?
One question I always like to actually ask people is like, what was your introductory to PvP like? Like, did you ever think you would end up to where it is now? Like, personally, off of your experience?
So I got into 14 in like 2020 I started, but then 2021 I started doing more 14. That's when, when you're playing 14, usually you hear like the end game is like all raiding and all that. And I was curious about the PvP scene. And this is like, I don't know if you guys remember this. I mean, I'm sure you do. But for the viewers out there, it was Feast, not, Crystalline Conflict. And Feast was very small. It was very small. Not really many people played it. I didn't play ranked in Feast back in the day, but Crystalline Conflict, I got to Crystals in season 1, and then I never peaked ever again. Still, I wanted to get the title, like it was a title and a frame kit for the first time, and leave it there. But that was my first ever exposure to PvP, and then seeing the scene grow from like the Feast to Crystalline Conflict, and I like to think, I don't know, you guys can correct me on this. I think Crystalline Conflict has been way more what's the word? Very beginner friendly towards a lot of people who wanted to play PvP, and I loved how it kind of like grew into this state it's in where a lot more people are playing it, where Feast was like very, very niche.
Yeah, Feast was you really had like each role had a responsibility, and if you weren't fulfilling that responsibility, you just kind of got run over a little bit.
Run over, exactly. Yeah, and I try to set up some like Feast tournaments a little bit back when I was a smaller streamer, but I kind of like gave up on that because it's a very small scene. But eventually, when Crystalline Conflict came out, a lot of people started playing it more, and it's in a really great spot. And anytime they introduce a new glam in like Crystalline Conflict for like the pass, not the monthly pass, but the season pass, it encourages me to play even more. And the newest armor that we got from the live letter looks so good.
It's amazing.
The one from last night.
The one from last night. Yeah.
I liked it.
But you like it? I loved it. It looks so good. It's probably the best looking one so far.
Was the tracksuit? Was that one of them? I was watching
it on mute. The tracksuit is apparently one of them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, everybody was spamming that it looks like something from Phantasy Star Online too.
I'm so happy that you thought the same thing.
Yeah, so too.
Immediately what I thought of.
Yeah.
Never played it before though. So.
Speaking of the live letter, did you guys see the map?
I saw a little bit of it because I follow Brian Ricardo on Twitter, and he like retweeted a bit of it, and I was like, oh shit, the new map. But I haven't seen too much of it. It looks like a deserty like area where like I think if you go into a certain spot, it will cause a quicksand like effect and a worm pops out or something.
Yes. Actually, my prediction. I'm glad I got that right. There's 2 events, right?
Yeah.
Wait, how many? What, 2 what?
There's two events, I believe. It's the quicksand and the Sabotender or the Cactar. It comes out and does like 1,000 needles or whatever it's called, 10,000 needles, 100,000 needles, and it one-shots you or something. I don't know the exact details.
I don't like it. It's too much chaos.
Dude, and there was Arian mentioned the heat wave.
There's a heat wave. Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
And I think it makes it so you can't regen health naturally, I believe.
Yeah, but there's like these like like puddles or something, and like,
Yeah,
you
the
get, like, a
little oasis in the desert.
oasis.
It honestly looks really fun to me. I was a little worried that there weren't walls for line of sighting like Cloud9, but it just looks it looks like fun because Clocktown was fun and that like revived the game a little bit. So I'm excited to see this coming up and then see how like it'll work in LP and everything.
See, for me, like, I came from a place of, like, so the most competitive gaming I've ever done in my life was, like, League of Legends, and I know, awful, and not competitive, like, I was actually competitive, but just, like, I played, like, a little bit hardcore on ranked and stuff. I also played Smash, and in both these games, at least for, like, Smash, you can turn it off, but there's no stage hazards for the most part when you play, like, a more, like, traditional 1v1 in Smash, or, like, in League, there's not really much stage hazards. So whenever I see stage hazards and like these PvP maps, I'm like, oh man, it's like one more thing to manage on top of all the fighting. Yeah, that's why I like what's it called? Paldea? What's that new? Palystra. Yeah, Palystra is my favorite map, dude.
MMO coming out or something like that.
Yeah,
I think it is. Yeah, that or like, isn't that a Pokemon region? One of those two.
That might be right. You're close to Palystra.
Yeah, Palystra. Yeah. Palystra, my favorite map. I know you guys hate it, but honestly, I think it's fine.
I think Merlin likes it. I hate it. I just hate.
You got bad taste. That didn't make sense.
I won't get into it. It's true. I do. All right. I have bad taste. That is true.
My favorite map is actually Cloud9.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, he has bad taste. He has bad taste. This guy had bad taste.
Actually, the worst taste, Merlin, and I thought you were cool.
I can stand proud and say that that's my favorite map. Okay.
Yeah.
Why? Why is it?
It's just I love the fact that it removes guard. Like I wish guard wasn't up so often. So like even though I don't like the knockup so much, I just love the fact that it forces it. So it makes like combat phrase like much more hectic or like much more tactical in ways. I don't know, but besides that, just the map itself is very, very fun to me.
That's the worst opinion ever. I don't like
it. Really is on no. Thing. But I'm also a tank player most of the time, right? And so I'm in the fray.
He's one of those. Yeah, he's one of those.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of like Palystra. Yeah, Palystra, just because it's simple. You got a speed boost, nothing crazy, and you're able to kind of just set up plays like that. You know, you don't have a tornado getting in your way or volcano eruptions getting in the way, people getting buffs. Or a robot that will one-shot you with a samurai sword. Yeah, you know, nothing crazy like that. But
true.
I'm a vanilla guy. What can I say? Nothing
still
special.
Palystra is a close second for me, though, for sure.
All right, you redeemed yourself a little bit then.
Have you tried Rival Wings?
Rival Wings. Okay, I played it way back in the day. As far as I know, there's not as many changes to the map itself, but yeah, I haven't touched Rival Wings in a hot while because if I can recall, you can only really play it when it's like during a certain like people are pushing it to be played and the queues are alive, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm never on during those times. Yeah. What's up?
Rival Wings is the funnest mode right now.
It is the funnest mode right now.
Me and Akira have played 400 matches during this event.
Is there
Wait, which event? Like the recent event of the
Moogle Tombstone
Oh my gosh, you mad lad.
Yeah, we're god gamers in the Rival Wings queue.
Yeah, are you... Yeah, go ahead.
Was it them that recently got their title? Akira?
Yeah, Akira got the Wings of Fire on his ult!
How many wins?
That's iconic! That's 1,000 wins in Rival Wing.
Oh my god, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy. Midas Touch got 1,000 of them. A lot of people got it. That is titles.
I could never. You guys are stronger than me.
Yeah, you guys are way stronger than me. I thought like getting frontline wins is harder, but like that seems.
Yeah.
Because it's limited time too.
All right,
are you telling me? Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say you're telling me, sir, during this time, as of right now, during the Mogul Tombstone event. Okay, because sometimes people are like, "Are you saying tome or tomb?"
Tombstone.
That was like during my early days on YouTube. Like I made a video talking about the Tombstone event. People are like, "You're saying it wrong." I'm like,
all the dead Moogles.
Yeah, all the dead
Moogles. Tombstones above them.
Screw them. Can we cuss? I don't know. Like screw them, man. I was gonna say the F word, but I stopped myself. I was like, no.
Go ahead and say a swear word.
Stupid, dummy head Moogles. Man. I don't want to risk it. No, I'm not
You
doing
got
it.
free reign. Go ahead. Merlin, go ahead.
No. Let me continue.
That's one time pass. Okay,
Fire away,
you
boys.
Pocket it. You can pocket it, and then
Yeah,
just
I'll
make sure
pocket it for
before
next time.
streams
You
it. Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
catch me out. Yeah. So, you're telling me right now this game mode is alive at this moment.
Yes.
Yes, you
Okay,
can queue
so
for it right now,
do-
probably on Primal.
All right, so everyone who's watching, you got a chance to play Rival Wings and to get that in because Rival Wings is actually really, really fun. So, like, I would say, take a chance to try it out. You won't regret it. Yeah.
Gary had a lot of work involving keeping it alive for so long, and he
Yes.
broke like I don't know how many records. Do you know? It was like over 100 hours.
like-
I don't know if he's in the chat right now. Something insane.
It was
Keep
like
running.
Something over like 2 weeks or
400
so.
hours or something
Yeah.
crazy like that.
Is that 400 hours 2 weeks or something? I don't know. I could be wrong.
Something insane.
Something insane like
There it
that.
is.
413.
Yeah.
What
So
a mad lad.
what that means is I believe that is like the amount of times the queue has been alive and popping, right? I don't know what's the
consecutive
okay.
hours straight.
Yeah.
Consecutive hours, which is something crazy because that mode is usually not alive during like any other time of the year. So unless it's during this event, and it's really funny that you guys are keeping that game mode alive in 14, and they're trying so hard to like push Crystalline Conflict itself, but it's like, guys, Rebel Wings is the play here. You know, I really like Rival Wings. In fact, I think if we had to rank them, I like Rival Wing. It's like a close tie. Like I like Crystalline Conflict and Rival Wings. I like Rival Wings because fun and crazy, but also Crystalline Conflict is like quick. I like quick things. So like if you win or lose in like Crystalline Conflict,
Yeah,
no
you
big
don't feel
sweat.
bad.
Just you don't
Yeah.
feel bad. You just move on unless it's ranked, and you
Yeah.
you feel worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I think last is definitely what's the last PvP mode thing? I was gonna say it. Rival
Frontlines.
Wings. Frontlines, yeah.
Frontlines,
I don't like Frontlines. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, I've started to not like it as well. It just doesn't.
Doesn't get used to.
Yeah.
A lot of people only like on Sol really, but there's been a lot of negative comments with the changes. And I guess just to quick, I'm gonna recap it later, but we do have a lot of opinions from Socks, from Calm from over at Revival.
Yeah.
We have actually an interview that I did with him recently, and his complaints about the new Shatter mode. I don't know if you've gotten the chance to try it out. The ice map.
I know they changed it, and that's how bad it was. Since they changed, not since they changed. Just I don't like Frontlines at all. That's why I almost never run it. And like the only enticing thing about it is that I would go back just to play it to get wins on Seal Rock for that coat, and that's it. Yeah, but I haven't tried Shatter's new thing yet. I think could it be? Is it worse or better than the old Shatter?
It is, in my opinion,
I think
worse.
we can say it at the same
Worse.
time. It's worse. Yeah.
I think
not
honestly
fun.
anything Frontlines is worse. I just hate I don't know, my least favorite part about not Rebel Wings, Frontlines is the fact that it's 3 teams. It's like 2 teams are fighting it out while one team is getting all the objectives and winning, and that's like my least favorite part about it. I just
Yeah, it really whatever team gets in the lead has 2 enemies fighting them.
Yeah.
And like that's the ideal situation because sometimes you'll get the situation where the 3rd place only attacks 2nd place and just that and also so many abilities kill you instantly that I think Battle High doesn't matter because you die instantaneously anyway. So you like spend all this time getting all the Battle High and then you die immediately. It's like what's the point?
Right.
Oh man.
I think Battle High is only in that mode. No, it's in Rival Wings as well, right?
Yeah, well, you have soaring, so it's like
Soaring,
Battle High, but you don't lose it when you die. And also, it
Okay.
only goes up to 40% rather than 50% healing and damage.
Yeah, it's strong. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
Frontlines can go. Like I say we should delete it.
Yeah, let's
we should
delete
get a
it.
petition. I think it's funny because all these people are complaining about like how they don't like Endwalker right now. We got to get the PvP community behind. Like we need to change Frontlines, man, because you guys saw how Criterion Dungeons got like bagged on by everybody. If we cry enough, we can get them to change Frontlines immediately. It'll be hard. No. Yoshi P listens. He loves PvP, right, guys?
my
Like,
gosh.
come on. He's a huge fan of it too, so he'll listen.
Yeah.
I think we can get him to. There's a little secret. I have Yoshi P on my cell phone, dude. He's in my back pocket. I can talk to this guy whenever.
Actually,
Is that true?
Okay, no. Actually.
Why don't you call him up?
Let's
Call him up.
I call him
Yeah,
right
call
now.
him up.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
call him right now. 1 second. Yoshi P, is that you? Oh, hi, Yoshi P. This.
Holy shit, it's Yoshi P.
What do you guys want to say to Yoshi P?
well then.
Hello.
Yeah. That means no in Japanese. Wait, what's that? Oh, he's got to go. He's got a meeting. Sorry.
Oh my god, he's gotta go. All right.
No.
We'll get him on the
You
show
guys
next
had your
time.
chance.
Yeah,
Next time.
yeah.
One day that'd be
Yeah.
really cool. If only. I think if I ever get a chance, so I don't know if you guys know this, but like a lot of content creators got invited to interview Yoshi P during like media tours. If I ever get a chance,
that's actually one of the questions I was going to ask you because, and unfortunately, the Fanfest days went by so fast, and there's so many people, right? Like,
yeah, it was crazy.
I was actually there, and I didn't get the opportunity to meet you, but I did want to ask you, what was your personal experience like since at the recent Fanfest?
Yeah. Well, see. If you were a viewer of mine, you would know I made a whole video about this and talking.
I did watch it. I watched it. I did watch it.
No, you did watch it.
I did watch it. Yes.
Now,
yes.
the synopsis would be basically, it was okay. So it was my first ever con, so I can't really compare it to anything else. So like, I can't really say it sucked hard. I can't say it was the best con I ever went to. So that's really tough there. But I will say, for what it was, I thought it was okay. Like I thought it was fun. I thought it was cool seeing everybody. The event was kind of a mess itself, very crowded. Luckily, I didn't get away with a sickness when I went back home. My sister got really sick on the way back home, though, so unfortunate for her. But
she's
okay overall, she's good now. No, she's in the grave. She's dead, actually, so that's why she's rest in peace. No, so no, she's good. And yeah, I would say overall the best parts about it was seeing everybody. The tournament was really good, fun to watch. Seeing Brian and Frosty up on the stage, taking away, commentating, and like really representing the PvP community a lot on that front was really nice. And yeah, overall I say it's fun. You guys also enjoyed. I think just you went, Merlin, right? Socks didn't go.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I just want to make sure Socks,
Yeah.
You couldn't afford it, I guess. No, it's okay.
Oh
it was
getting
getting those
another
tickets was
story
rough.
for that.
Yeah. Oh, okay, got you.
I was saying yesterday, I ended up there by sheer accident. Actually, just kind of everything aligned that way, and I just ended up there. I'm super grateful about the opportunity. It was awesome, and I hope you felt the same. Like the energy, and I wish I had a recording of it. The energy during the CCRC tournament was just absolutely insane.
It was cool. It's funny because as we know, PvP is very like not really the biggest aspect of the game, like obviously rating is the biggest aspect of the game. We would like PvP to be bigger, and that way everyone plays it, but people are a little bit scared about it. But when it was being shown on that big screen, people in the crowd were like, holy cow, like what is going on? People were screaming, people were like getting out of their chairs. I don't know if people actually were. I was getting out of my chair at least. I was like, oh my god, like that guy made a crazy play. And seeing the teams, it felt very esports League of Legends type level stuff, and I was like, this is pretty awesome. Like this is what it could be more often if people just play more PvP and give it more attention. I wanted to have more love and like everything, so it was electrifying. I think that's probably the feeling I would say. It's very electrifying. It's very cool seeing everybody get up there and watch, and all these players go at it. John Dark Souls, all the funny names, Pekara. People are like, oh my god, it's actually these people. So yeah, Brian says more SE tournaments are coming. Okay, that's great to hear. So let's.
Wow, we got some confirmation.
We got some confirmation, I guess. Brian, thank you for getting us a hookup. By the way, Brian's my boy. Love him. Handsome man. And yeah, that's great. So I say, yeah, go ahead.
You had mentioned the some like people more involved in the scene, obviously like Arthur's or Zeno, or just like people that got access to interview any of the staff or Yoshi P himself. Did you get the chance to meet anyone from the Square Enix side?
So if you watched my video, I said I'd meet anyone. No.
It's for the audience. It's for the audience.
It's for the audience. Fair.
I didn't get for the audience. Yeah.
No, so I didn't run into anybody. The only Square Enix employee I ran into was a buddy of mine that I follow on Twitter who, mutuals with me. Her name is Tasha. That's really it. I didn't actually get to meet Yoshi P. I almost did. Like the closest I got to him was, you know how like so if you guys don't know this, at FanFest there was like the golden ticket, so you can go see like the person you got on your ticket. So like Yoshi P, Soken, whoever is like the main staff of the of the 14 team. And I was near the room when Yoshi P was doing his meet and greets. And some people actually hung out by the exit of their room to go see Yoshi P when he walks out and say hi. But I was like, nah. For some reason, I said like it's kind of like fate for me to not meet him because I didn't get the ticket, and I didn't want to be a bother to him. So I just said maybe some other time down the road. Yeah, next time, exactly. Plus, I want to go do other things instead, so I don't want to just stay there and like the whole. As you know, like if you guys went to or you've seen anything on FanFest, it was so busy. It was really busy, and even though it took place for like 2 days. It was a lot in 2 days, and I couldn't meet all my friends. Like I couldn't even meet you, Merlin. I couldn't meet so many people who wanted to meet me. Like during that whole time, I was getting DMs from people. So yeah, it was super busy, and I just didn't get a chance to meet Yoshi P or anything. And I will hopefully secure a media tour interview, and I'll take one of your guys' suggestions for a question for PvP related stuff, and we'll get something going. So there's more love with the PvP scene.
Yeah, and that actually is a good segue for my next question because, like you said, the media tour. Yeah. Obviously, big channels, as we know, like Mr. Happy, Xeno, etc. They do get media tour access and stuff.
I don't think Xeno does, no, but yeah.
Yeah, he maybe, hopefully, he'll secure it finally, hopefully.
Finally.
But I wanted to ask you, like, it's kind of insane, your growth over the last 2 years, and, like, popping into the scene, like, do you ever ask yourself, like, holy moly, like, what am I doing here now? Obviously, like, I think personally what makes your content super exciting is like, it's super relatable and funny. And that's,
thank you.
I think what defines it is it's relatable, and like, kind of what makes you stand out amongst the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, did you ever think about it when you first started making content for 14?
Yeah. It's funny because I always ask myself this question, like if I was ever asked this. So you're asking if I was like ever questioning how wow, I got this
expecting
far.
to get here. Yes.
Okay. I don't know if this sounds as like arrogant or like too confident, but I did believe I would get to this point. I did because before I got into 14 content, I did YouTube years ago on another MMO, and it was a small MMO. I didn't really get that far. But I was the biggest in that community for a bit. Took a break.
Awesome.
Thank you. I took a break from content, went to college, had a life, and that's why I stopped making content then. But then after college, I got a job. Didn't like my job, and I felt like my life was like not really fulfilling. So I was like, you know what? I want to do YouTube, and I want to do YouTube for 14. And before I got into 14, I researched like a shitload on how to grow on YouTube, how to grow on Twitch, do all these things that you got to do. And when I got into content, I applied the things that I learned. Yeah, some things worked, some things didn't. Trial and error. I honestly don't think I'm that surprised that I got this far because I did all the things that was the correct things to do to grow. And I'm still learning today, and it's really hard. But it's not a big surprise to me. No, I knew if I just kept doing the things I got to do, make the best videos that I can. I'm not like crazy pint levels. I'm not like editing and all that. But I do what I'm good at, which is comedy, being relatable, and it's got me this far, and I would say I'm very grateful for how far I've gone, but just not surprised by it.
Man, I admire that answer a lot. That's a
you.
Badass answer. So
Thank you.
When I met you, I became a fan very quickly.
Because you weren't watching me prior, so
no, I wasn't at all. So
yeah,
this Kougaon. So me and him, we did like a tournament together. We spent many hours together, like commentating on Crystalline Conflict. This is the guy. He is this real in like off stage and off.
Yeah.
This is real. So that's that answer. That's not arrogance. That's confidence, which is like a very admirable trait to have.
Yeah, thank you. I think
all your success. I hope that you have even more success. So.
And the thing is, I'm always passing off to people, like people who has ever like come up to me asking for advice. I try my best to give advice to, and I learned what I learned. I don't want to just keep it for myself, and I want to be able to kind of give back too. So, hey, Socks, if you ever want to try to grow the PvP scene and try to work on these YouTube videos, I got you. Hit me up, but you don't want to hit me up. You hate me apparently.
No, I don't want to bother you. I don't like bothering people.
No, bother me. Go for it. I'll try my best to get back to you when I can. But yeah,
you hear this? This is real. This is not a fake offer.
Yeah.
He's not going to rescind
no, it's not. And I guess, one last thing I want to say on that is just, besides being confident, I think the biggest thing is to be genuine, too. Just be a genuine person on and off camera and, just be cool with people. I've seen too many people be like, fake it online. I'm kind of like, I don't know. Just be yourself is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my advice for fame, by the way. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Move. So this podcast is about Lunarcon, which we'll be talking about.
We'll talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Let's grab some water. If you need to use the restroom, we're going to take a 2-minute break right now. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back.
Hello, guys.
Yo.
That was 5 minutes? Really? That felt really quick.
That was 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. Sorry. Yeah. All right. Next topic. All right, go for it.
So why don't you go ahead and tell us about Lunarcon and kind of maybe where it started or like what you're most excited about?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so LunarCon, in case you guys, it's really fun that we're finally getting to that topic. LunarCon is an in-game convention made by fans for fans in 14. I nailed that. It's actually really hard to say all those things at once, but that is what it is. It's a completely free online thing. Also, best part is like everything that happens, it's like, what's the word? It's free, and it's in-game, so you don't have to pay any tickets or anything. Just show up, hang out. And it's all streamed, so you don't actually have to be at the event in game. You can actually just watch it if you're feeling lazy to get on. Personally, I'd probably do that if I wasn't working, but like
where in game?
Yeah,
how would I?
In game, it is at. Oh, I have to grab the FC where it's taking place this year, but there is a whole website, by the way, lunarcon.net. So if there's any information you need to check out, it's going to be on there. But pretty much. The main house where it's going to be taking place with ceremonies is going to be on Co-Earl server, which is, I believe, on Crystal. So Crystal, Co-Earl, The Goblet, Ward 6, Plot 5. So that is where pretty much you can kind of just go see everything. Everything on the website will have different events, different areas will take place. So not everything will be at the same opening ceremony house, but pretty much a lot of festivities will be happening on stream. So just go check it out. I would say bring friends, so you're able to do things and hang out with people. So that's like one of the coolest parts is like getting to know community members. A lot of VIPs that are coming out there, like Arthur's is going to be there. You know, big PvP. No, sorry, big PvP, big Raider guy himself. We have a lot of like big name people out there. We have my friend Aiden as well. Wrath Games, both YouTubers, an artist as well. And yeah, a lot of people will be there at every night. We have like a DJ party, so some DJs are out there with some names I got in my head of like Razorwire, DJ Luna K, Sly Gray Fox, and Limit Break. Yeah, so those are all the four. I have it on my screen now. That's how I'm going to name everybody. But there you go. That's like sorry, what?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, let me finish this thought. So there you go. That's pretty much the gist of it. I guess the main appeal for you guys is that the fact that we always hold a big tournament for PvP. So the first year we had the Feast because that was what it was back then. Second year we had Crystalline Conflict, and then not today, but this year, which was next week technically, we'll have a Crystalline Conflict again. So yeah, that is what's going on this year. Alongside with that, obviously a lot of big events that you guys can go watch and check out. So yeah, a lot of great stuff. In fact, I do want to mention we do have panels that you guys can host and put on. Would have been nice to see a PvP panel from one of you guys maybe next year. Just putting that out there.
We can put it together in a week. I think we can do it in a week.
Yeah. Well, it's too late now, but like maybe one day.
So panel. Tell us about these panels.
Panel? Oh, you want to know about the panels? Okay.
Yeah. So it's like kind of like how FanFest was a little bit, but just in game and more so about featuring community members.
Yeah, so like we said, it's basically made by fans for fans, putting on a lot of things. We have an art contest, artist alley, and what was your question again? Sorry, it was like tell us about the panels.
What panels you do?
The panels were like another part of the aspects that's happening at Lunarcon. Oh my god, all these cons are getting in my head. But essentially, we have so many different Lunarcon channels for all of these events, and we will have panels shown on the side channels of Lunarcon Official. And the panels are basically put on by players who want to just talk about anything they want that's 14 related. So literally, there's a guy who made a whole panel with his friend about cheese and how it's pretty much integral to the part of 14. Other people put on panels about things like content creation, like Pine did last year. There's a lot of panels I really can't think off the top of my head, but those are two ones that stick out in my head the most. And anybody can really pretty much talk about anything that's related to 14. So would have been nice to see PvP one, just putting it out there, guys. You could have. All right,
we'll have to play
a little bit.
So the Unify thing is a whole new thing. Maybe Unify will put on their own panel in the future.
Yes, that'd be great. That'd be a great way to kind of get attention because people do tune into these panels and they're really fun to watch by people to learn. So
what's it? So is there like a big one for this year? I think I saw one in particular that kind of stood out as being kind of crazy.
Like a panel or like event?
It was a panel.
So I will say panels are put on by players, but we also have main stage events.
Yeah.
So, both are kind of separate, but the main stage events are kind of like where we have a lot of the big things happening. Do you remember what the big thing is exactly, or? what it's
I think
related
it's like
to?
a Q&A of some
Yeah.
sort.
Okay. So the main stage event on the second day, we have a Q&A session with Bethan and Colin, which is the voice actors from Alice and Alphanod, the English ones, not Japanese. They will be here, and we will take a Q&A session with them where we had questions that were put up on the channels that we took, and we will be asking them questions live. So
Wow.
if you guys are a huge,
That
yeah,
is
thank you.
How?
How?
How did that happen?
It's you know what? It's the power of asking. You never know until you ask. And we asked
Yeah.
them, and they were down. Of course, they came with some strings attached. You can't ask them any kind of random questions, and maybe there was a fee attached to it. I don't know. Who knows? But they were down for it, and that's how great it is. And they are gracious enough to give us their time of the weekend to kind of just sit down and talk about how they have been pretty much enjoying their journey as a 14 voice actor.
That's freaking awesome. I'll make sure to stay tuned to that. You had mentioned it's not only free, but I believe it's like charity involved. Like there's a fundraiser.
Yes. So we have a big charity for this year. The charity is with Extra Life, I believe. Yeah, Extra Life. And we haven't done this before. We have a goal of like $10,000. We want to just, help the kids out there, give them all. I think the money's being used to basically give them, gaming related things to kind of help them distract from all this thing that they have to go through in the hospitals. But we are trying to promote the charity this year. So be nice to see maybe some of you PvP guys raise some money on your side to help us out.
Oh yeah,
in fact,
that's a wow.
Yeah,
that's
and
awesome.
yeah, thank you. And in fact, it's not just us raising the money, but we also have like basically any VIP who we kind of approve, they're given like a link so people can kind of. I think it's called Tiltify is the program that we're kind of using to kind of like if you're streaming and it's not on the Lunarcon side, you can stream on your end and still promote that link, and people can donate to that. So. Yeah, we're just trying to help out people this year. By the way, we do have charity raffle prizes out there, so you'll get something back, possibly. Who knows? Some pretty nice prizes made by other players out there and donated by other players. So it's really cool how this event comes together so we can just kind of, help out the kids and charity in general.
That's awesome. Is there like anyone else that you want? Like, did you start this on your own? Is there anyone you want to shout out that maybe like helped make this happen?
Yeah, so I was the head. I did it all myself. I'm the only person. In fact, no, I'm kidding. In fact, it's funny enough. Let me talk about real quick how I got into this. I got into this because I wanted to help out initially when I first joined in, and I wasn't a founder, but I was a person who was like a VIP who got upgraded to basically being a leader. I'm not a founder, but I'm basically now like one of the heads of like Lunarcon. Mm. It started off with me wanting to help, and then I saw they needed PvP commentators, and I was like, hey, I can help with that. And I actually casted alongside with Brian during my first ever PvP tournament thing for Lunarcon, and that's how I got in, through PvP, guys. So during the period of when PvP was small, I was one of the guys trying to get it out there more, so that's how I got in. Second year, I was a VIP, and then now this year, I'm a leader. And a lot has changed ever since. The founders have kind of moved. Some of them moved on, but the only founder left now is just Crystal. She's like the head leader. So Crystal's also a fellow streamer, content creator, and she's really the driving force behind all of this. She's a great organizer, and just big shout out to Crystal for like making this whole thing kind of happen. And she kept it pretty much alive because there's been so many moments of like, man, every year it's like, can we do this? It's so hard to play in a big event, but she'd be always like, let's do it. We got this, and keep us motivated and going for the entire time we do this. So shout out to Crystal.
So it's not just you two. I'm sure there's a lot of other people putting in a lot of time to just kind of exactly like this podcast that is being watched right now. It wasn't just one person. It wasn't.
No, so she's like the head. She like plans everything, but we have staff people as well. Like there's so many names I can name, but like I can't name them all right now. So it's not just us two. It's just like people who came together who wanted to help out. But Crystal and I are like the two heads of it. But honestly, give her a lot more credit. I kind of am like her right-hand man while she's like doing everything essentially.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. These events. So I've put on my fair share of helping out with tournaments. It's a lot of like, you don't get paid for this. It's a passion project.
This is a passion project from the very beginning. Yeah, from the very beginning, it's always been a passion project, and this is something that we just want to put on for players. And like we said, we're just here to kind of help promote players from every aspect of the community. Artists get a chance to show off their art. PvP players get the chance to, show off some of their talents from what they've learned from playing. And not only that, we've had performances on there. So we've had like actually musical groups in game play. There's like the Graha Collective. You guys know who Graha is from the game? Yeah. Stocks, you kind of skip a lot of
we've seen
cutscenes.
maybe once or twice.
Well,
Maybe once or twice.
Yeah, maybe once or twice.
I don't skip cutscenes. I just haven't finished Endwalker.
Yeah, okay, you haven't finished Endwalker. That's right.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, we've had a lot of in-game performances, but the big highlight for performances this year that I want to say is, you guys know Husky by the Geek, guitar player.
Yeah.
Guitar player.
He will be
That guy's
playing
awesome.
this year at Lunarcon Live. So it's going to be nutty. He's actually never really played too many online concerts, so it'll be a first for him. He's a great, musician. We'll see how it goes, and I'm excited for that.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's, once again, all free. We just want you guys to show up and have a great time. Tell your friends, tell your dog, tell your mother, bring them all out.
That's exciting. So,
Yeah.
people who attended last year, what can they expect? Any changes between last year and this year? Like was there any feedback that you responded to?
I would say the only big things I would say is the heart of the con is still there. We're still doing the same thing we've done before, put on events, do all these great things. But the biggest thing I would say is like just look on the site for changes in locations, because we used to do it at a location before, but it changed. So just make sure you know where you're going. And the Twitch channels, because we held it on a different channel prior in the past, but this year we're holding it on actual Lunarcon official Twitch channels. So those are the two big things I would say. Other than that, it's still very much the heart of people coming together to put on a great event, and we're here to just have a great time, essentially.
Wow, this is.
Yeah.
I'm like excited now.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to it at first. That's why it's called Looking Forward to Lunarcon.
Yeah.
But I'm like excited now. This is cool.
Yeah,
Well,
I also like didn't rehearse any of this. Is all at the top of my head, and I was trying my best to kind of explain it. So hopefully, I'm doing a great job with that.
No, yeah, you are. No, you're
It's
perfect.
perfect.
You're familiar. You don't
Thank
want it to be
you.
too rehearsed.
We're not professiontions here. It's
I don't know. You guys have a
we're
really
learning
great
as we go.
production side over here. It's really cool.
No. I have. So it's funny while I'm making like these assets, I'll be streaming it for Joe and Merlin and Gary, and they'll be like, no, you got to adjust the opacity on the chat box a little bit. And you're like, and I'll be like, oh, these guys, and they'll adjust it, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that does look good. It can't be done without them.
I would say one thing I would say to add, and maybe add a little bit of borders to your text, because to me, it's a little bit hard to read when it's like clashing with similar colored backgrounds, but overall, still really hot stuff. Yeah.
Oh my god.
You hear that sucks?
Oh no.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's appealing for all viewers out there.
Oh.
You're welcome.
It's fine. That's fine.
You're doing a great job. Don't worry.
My eyes twitching in real life right now.
It's squeaking too or something.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you're super busy with Lunarcon.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, is there like a favorite part about 14 right now that you enjoy, or like what keeps you motivated for like making content or just playing the game right now? What are you up to lately besides Lunarcon?
Ooh. So, funny enough, there's a video I'm making talking about this very subject, because as you guys probably have seen around the community, Twitter, YouTube, from creators, a lot of people are kind of like not really happy with the state of 14. People are taking breaks. I'm kind of in the same boat a little bit, but I would say the only thing keeping me going in 14 right now, like logging on like every now and then, because I wasn't in the past, but I recently started doing another raid group with my friends.
Yeah, I saw. You recently cleared P10. P10S,
Yes.
Congratulations.
That's great. That sounds like the first thing that you remember about me, that you don't have to ask me 10 times. You did your research. No, I'm playing with you, Merlin. No, but
So as a raider myself, people don't. Most PvP is only PvP, but I do raid. I do enjoy my ultimate and savage tier here and there.
yeah, so my group, we started off with just doing Uwu. We wanted to teach people how to do Uwu. Actually, one particular person in the group, Uwu. And then after that, we started doing the tier, because everybody in the tier wanted to do like the tier a little bit. And we were like, yeah, screw it, why not? I actually haven't done the tier yet, so this is my first time going through it. We cleared P10 on Thursday at one of those 2 a.m. So we go to like late at night, like 2 a.m. And we had that moment of like, all right, we're at 2 a.m. It's we have to end for the night, but let's do one last poll. And when you say that, there's some kind of magic that happens where everyone just gets into gear and just suddenly games out of their mind, and we actually clear. So we got the clear on P10 on Thursday. That felt great. Yeah,
it's honestly the greatest feeling. And P10 is no joke right now. It's it's freaking difficult. Like
Oh, yeah.
it's not the funnest in Party Finder, but it overall I think that's my favorite fight on the tier. So I'm glad we're talking about it. And to relate, my first kill of Uwu and my first kill of T was all last pool magic. Last pool magic. We got it. Everybody was exhausted or just like screw it, and we ended up killing it, and it felt great. So I'm glad you got to share that feeling.
Yeah, thank you. I actually cleared Uwu before, but I had one of those like I went through Uwu with a bunch of groups prior when I cleared. It was like I went with one group that was trying to teach me how to get through the fight initially, and then when it came to what do you call that? The final clear, I actually had to go with another group that kind of basically carried me to victory, because with Uwu you can actually take a dead body and carry it to the finish line.
Yeah.
but this time. This time I actually had to learn the fight on a new role, tank. So now I'm a tank main instead of being a black mage like I was before. Still a black mage main in PvP though, but I'm a gunbreaker main both in PvP and in raid now, I guess. And when you get that clear, when you actually learn all the mechanics, and actually manage to pull it off with people, it feels so great. And I think I heard you say PF, right? You do some PFs or something with people?
Yeah, I did have a static recently, which we ran out of time, but you'll see me in PF here and there.
Okay, got you. You won't see me ever because I don't do PF. It scares me.
Oh my gosh.
I give you props for doing it because I couldn't do it.
I understand. It takes a different kind of it's a different kind of pain for sure.
Oh yeah, it is.
No.
But congrats on your clears though. Yeah, it's good.
Thank you.
No problem.
As I mentioned earlier,
yeah,
I think a lot of the appeal of your channel is, as I mentioned, it's relatable. Like you've been kind of just being yourself this entire time, and also kind of like why I resonate a lot with Socks is because like you guys are just a lot more lighthearted and like you love to meme, for lack of better. That's just what it is. Did you always know you were gonna just like do that for your content? Like, was it just natural? Just you're pretty much playing yourself, and I think that's fantastic. Like,
I would say early on it was tough getting viewers because you need to figure out how to kind of hit the community in the right way to get those views initially. But once I kind of hit my stride, that's when I started, going into the funny stuff that I do. I remember back in the day, I made a video on how to like get the Rathalos Monster Hunter collab quest, like how to grind that quickly. I made videos about like the current event stuff, like how to get tomestones really quickly and stuff like that. But then eventually, I think I made one video where it clicked to me. And I was like, oh crap, this is it. I know what to do now. And from there, I just kind of like kept making good content. I was during the period when like YouTube Shorts was new and nobody was really doing YouTube Shorts, and I took off because a lot of my YouTube Shorts had like 100,000 views. They're highly viewed, and I don't like how many views it's gotten since, because I didn't look the best during that time. But wait, what was the question again?
No, just talking about your content in general, and just being yourself. And
I think, like I said, I think the biggest thing that I have playing to my strengths is I'm really great with just being funny, and that's something that a lot of people aren't really great with, unfortunately. But that's something I would say to a lot of people: just like work with what you're good at. If you're funny, be funny. If you're good at PvP, take your PvP knowledge and do something with it. And I know we have Brian, but like it would be great to see other creators out there doing stuff and like pushing more PvP content. I think it just takes a lot of like trial and error with content. Like if you look at my first video ever compared to like where I am now, drastically different. If you look at all the videos in between, it's a huge journey. And I still haven't even figured it out, honestly. I'm trying to figure things out. So just I would say keep at it. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Keeping at it has got me to the point where I can just kind of be myself and be genuine.
Yeah. And that's great. Like I think personally, like just have the confidence in yourself and just write it.
Just like gas you up a little bit more. It's just like the stuff you post on Twitter. It's so fast and it's like so funny. It's like it's quick. So like I'm familiar. I do the memes and all that. But like sometimes I'll think something's funny, but it's not funny at all.
Oh,
You just like have something that's just like it's just. I don't know.
It's just, you know what it is? I thought about this recently. Like, I think about how I've gotten to this point. You know what it takes? It just takes you basically watching funny things and seeing, like, what makes that thing funny. Yeah, it's okay to steal a joke every now and then, kind of, like, make people laugh. But eventually kind of come up with your own things. A lot of the memes that I do, I'm not going to lie, they're inspired from other memes I see around. And, just got to try and be funny and see where it takes you. And it's like a skill, you keep working at it, and then eventually it clicks to you, oh, this is funny here, oh, that's good here, and just basically be a silly little funny guy. Is kind of what it is. Yeah, I would say that's like the key.
Yeah.
Try and be funny, and if it is not funny, like if you tell a joke and it doesn't work, you tried. I think trying for humor is always better than not trying at all.
To put some more glitter on you, my favorite video, and it's probably one of the first videos I ever watched of yours.
Okay.
You made the content creator tier list.
Oh my, that's way back. Oh my gosh.
The video's great. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend watching it.
I don't recommend it. It's old.
It is awesome.
It was no, thank you. I think it was like during an era, like I said, that was like a long time ago. Things are different since then, but like, yeah, I just that was.
It's all in good-hearted fun. Which that's what I meant. Like it resonates with a lot of people because it's relatable. Like you can just have fun. It's a game.
You want to beat up content creators too, or something, or is that the?
Oh god, I'm not even close to anyone else yet. So
okay,
maybe in the future.
Hey, you don't know, man. One day, just keep at it, And I think that's the thing. Just keep trying experimenting. But thank you. I appreciate that.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Well, we've been actually talking for quite a while now. Socks, is there anything you wanted to ask Ko that I may be missing out on?
Wow, it feels crazy even this far.
We've been talking for almost an hour now.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. We should make stuff together sometime. It'd be
make
fun.
Stuff together.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. It'll be stupid.
Just hit me up, man. Let me know what you want to do. Like I'm usually okay with giving advice and like giving some insight for stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
I legit spent so many years researching, like I don't want to say the YouTube algo, but like YouTube, what makes people want to watch your videos essentially, and the idea behind it. So it's always nice to kind of offload that knowledge and like, hey, somebody else take the wheel and do with something with it. And I hope I'm not taking up too much time with this, but like I kind of want to make a tweet like or something where I actually take a creator and say, hey guys, I kind of want to move into like I don't want to say managerial role, but like a consulting question, like, and just like kind of be this person where it's like, I can help guide them with content if they have enough promise, so that's something I like to do one day.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just like uplift. It's about uplifting the community. That's why we do this. That's why Merlin did CC Madness. That's why I do Revival. That's why we formed this Unafy thing, so we can connect together and have our communities all come together and create together.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful idea. I like it. You guys are doing a great thing out here.
And I guess that's kind of what Lunarcon is. It's just kind of a culmination of the whole community coming together and representing and showing off, and a celebration of the community that we have all built up.
Yeah, especially when like there's a lot of pushback and like negativity around the PvP scene, and like people pushing down like don't try the mode, it sucks, like
even we were doing that earlier though, because we were like, Frontlines sucks, and like, this map sucks, but it's like it's not that bad.
It's not.
We all love the game. It comes from a point of passion.
The thing is I want to say is that this PvP mode is probably one of the most nicest PvP modes ever. It doesn't take too much of your time. You can kind of drop in, drop out. You don't have to do ranked. In fact, when you're doing the battle pass thing, it's literally just win or lose. You're getting points. I think the only difference is like you get 700 if you lose, 900 if you win for points from the battle pass. And just play it out and have fun. Like, I think this is you're not playing League of Legends where you're getting yelled at by your teammate, being stuck in a 30-minute plus match, like just losing and just want to get out of it. But it's just like, it's like whatever. And like, I want to say with the PvP community, someone's saying this in the chat, they're saying that it suffers from bad actors. I think every aspect of every community has bad actors. You just got to find the good people and just work with them and make things better, which you guys are doing here. Merlin, Socks, you guys are coming together to unify the PvP community, and you're bringing it more attention, and I think that's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, no
problem.
Thank you. That's TJ Crimson in the chat. Let's go. Shout out TJ Crimson. Woo!
Hey guys.
My favorite thing about this PvP mode, personally, what really draws me in and keeps me coming back is the fact that I love my character. Right? I think we all love the characters that we've made. It's just fun to like fulfill this power fantasy of like being your character and like doing big damage to other people's like creation that they've also made. It's just cool. That's what keeps me coming back to it.
I just like beating asses in PvP.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but it's like in this game you're kind of beating ass while you're like in syrup. Everybody's in syrup and sliding around, and
Also, a lot of it is playing with friends or with the homies and just
It's always a great thing. Yeah,
it's
Running
always
it
fun.
down.
Yeah,
Oh, it's good time.
but unfortunately, we don't have all the time in the world.
Oh,
So
unfortunate.
Oh,
I wish we did.
that's sad.
But,
I don't even have to go pee right now, so there's not even a rush.
Okay.
Oh my
That's
God.
crazy.
Thanks for letting us know.
Well, thank you so much, Ko, for being here, man.
Of course, thanks for inviting me out.
thank
It feels
you, man.
special. Thank you,
We're
guys.
super excited, and obviously we're going to be boosting the Lunarcon event towards the end of this month. Can you relay again what's the time frame for that?
The time frame for that is gonna. Well, I don't know the exact time, but I would
think it was
say
September 29th, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't know the exact time, but it's going to be September 29th to October 1st, so the end of the month. So this week is when it's happening. So guys, check it in on Friday till Sunday, and we'll have a great time for people who are showing up.
I'm watching the countdown right now. It is 4 days, 15 hours, and 43 minutes away.
Holy
Check
cow.
on lunarcon.net for all the information you need out there as well, and follow us on Twitter too.
It's coming
Yeah.
up. Yeah, yes, please.
Yeah.
And of course, self shout out for yourself before we sign off with you. Do you want to shout out your channel or your Twitter? Anywhere?
This is something I always find hard. I just literally Google my name Kougaon on YouTube or Kougaon Twitter. You'll find me. Just do that. Yeah. I think my Twitter, I know for sure it's Kougaon underscore. What's that little line at the end of when you put the line? Underscore? Yeah, it's Kougaon underscore. So just check me out there on Twitter and on Twitch as well. So yeah, that's all I really got to say. And my YouTube. So my YouTube's just Kougaon though. So I got lucky there. No one didn't take my name before apparently.
Someone in the chat pointed out that
Thank you so
your little title card said YouTuber. I just want to point out, I asked him what he wanted written on that, and he said
I just said
YouTuber.
YouTuber. Yeah.
So before anybody says anything about it, just saying YouTuber. It wasn't me. It was the man himself.
I want to push more on my YouTube. I know it's big, but I want to be bigger. So.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I respect that. It's
Thank you.
YouTuber, broadcaster, commentator, meme lord.
Yeah, there was too
Not
many
many
titles
talents.
to fit there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Thank you.
Our little son.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The
That was pretty good, though.
Anyways.
full name.
All right, unfortunately, we do have to sign off with you. Thank you again for being here, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. It was good
No
to talk
problem.
to you again.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on, guys. Have a good rest of your night. See you guys later.
See ya.
Take it easy.
Yeah, we got there is a lot of stuff coming up in these next couple weeks, so get ready for it. Besides Lunarcon, we've got a couple different tournaments from a few Unafy organizations, and there's a lot of work to be done. The Paws and Claws Global Cup 2 coming up October 6th and 7th, and October 13th and 14th, 2 weekends.
Am I seeing
This
that right?
one-
500 million?
Is that
Oh.
500 million? Woo, shit!
That's awesome. That should be a lot of hype.
Yeah, you could buy so many. I don't know. What's something? Whatever. Anyway,
bread.
Yeah,
Hot
bread.
teachers.
Okay. Yeah. So this is exciting because the MVP. So last time the MVP for this tournament got a. What's it called? Gamer fridge. Yeah. So this time the MVP gets a custom keyboard by ffxivpvp. That sounds like a joke, but it is not a joke. ffxivpvp is very skilled with computer accessories.
Yeah.
And then first place gets these hilarious mugs that have the PNC logo and a ignore mark one on it.
I think that's
I'm
a love
looking
mark,
forward to
right? I
this.
think that's love one. I think that's what it means.
Yeah, ignore it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's a lot of people working on this Paws and Claws tournament right now. I'm gonna be designing the stream assets for it. It's gonna be really cool. Gary, who I'm filling in for, he helped me come up with this concept to make it kind of look like a manga. So it's gonna look pretty awesome. But
Yep.
yeah, that's the Paws and Claws tournament. Look forward to it coming up October 6th and 7th. That's 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, it sounds right. Yes.
Yes, 2 weeks from now.
And next, let's talk about, which should be on screen in a second.
Yeah.
We do want to shout out our winners of the recent CC Madness Risers Cup.
Woo!
Honestly, some of my favorite finals, semifinals matches. If you haven't already watched it, please go check it out. Congratulations to Ruja, Dandy, Kasai, Luisia, Finch. Those matches were super hype. I do want to give a special thank you to CC Madness and the staff for putting on an amazing show. Coconut was behind production and streamed the entirety of it. Honestly, huge props to him. Thank you to everyone that was running PFs, Erica for graphics, Erlyn, everybody that helped with the rulings, whatever it was a lot of hype and it went beyond expectations. So thank you.
TJ said bro thanked himself.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I said specific people. I never said me.
I want to continue. So CC Madness, this was their first tournament that they put on and streamed. So, you know, there were some hiccups, there were some issues, but that was an awesome job to put on. It's hard to put on a tournament. It's hard to do those things. And you're juggling so many things. And it went on, the show went on, and it came out wonderfully. And here are the winners. Team WTF. And they swagged out too. That's awesome.
I believe they went to game 5 or something like those matches were a lot of hype. So thank you to everybody that came out for that tournament. Let's take a look at our calendar next.
Yeah, the Moogle Tombstone's still going on. Yeah, no, I can read this. It's
a little rough here, but there is still CC Madness pickup scrims every Sunday. There's Rival Wings over at PV Primal and Revival as well. Make sure to look out for those events. If you haven't already, make sure you are selected the right roles so you can get pinged for those. It also goes on every Monday. I'm not sure if it's listed here, but I do want to give a shout out to the Battle High event. I believe Ariane is working on that a lot. You can find all that in you should be able to see that in the announcements channel over at Revival.
Yeah, let me shout that out really quick. And it's in the announcements for Revival. The Embrace Battle High, where you can win Gil. So you have to win a match on the Aether data center and then post a screenshot of your results into the thread in Revival. And then there's a 25 million Gil prize pool. This is put on by Ariane. This is pretty sick. You can also check out the updates that just came out for the patch 6.5. That's also
should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And that's
September
September
a lot of good
19th.
changes.
September 19th.
Yeah, September. Oh my goodness.
Starting September 19th. Yes. Yeah. We also do have an interview with Calm, or Calamity, one of the owners over at Revival. Make sure you guys follow our channels, either at our Twitter or our YouTube, to stay notified of when that goes up. I did get a deep dive with him. It was an amazing talk. I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity to get to know a little bit about him. There's obviously like a lot of biased exposure about a lot of people in the scene, so I'm looking. It's pretty wonderful, honestly, to get to know a lot of people that are kind of more on the back end of tournaments that you don't really get to hear or talk about. So make sure to look forward to that. Is there anything else I may be missing, Socks?
I'm sure we're gonna miss something, but just keep watching and paying attention, and keep being. Everyone watching or hearing this, please continue to be a part of the community. We are a small community. We do have to stick together. We do have to empower each other and lift each other up as often as we can. Yep. Because we all love the game, and that's what we just want it. We want it to succeed.
We'll be doing these again once a month, these live shows, but there will be more content that will be uploaded to the YouTube channel, so make sure to look forward to that. But I believe that's almost everything from us over at Unify, right? Yeah,
looking forward. We're not ready to announce the next guest for next month, for the next podcast episode, but I think if it does work out, I think many of you will be excited. I'm excited if it does work out, so that'll be cool.
And thank you so much, Sox, for coming in. I know it was kind of last minute.
Oh yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun. And anytime anybody wants to get sick, I will fill in.
Yep. And as our main topic was Lunarcon, make sure you guys check out all their social links that were listed earlier. Thank you again to Kougaon for coming out. I believe that's it for us here at Unify. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Thank you. See ya.